got a big Suburban.
And this is Big Willie Robinson right here. This is our president. When the track closed, he continued the fight to open up the Terminal Island Raceway again. He did not stop the fight even until his death, when he passed away. He continued doing it. This book here was memorial services to Tomiko when she passed away, Big Willie's wife. And inside here, you see all kinds of stuff. They were active people in the community that did so many things. They did a wheel ad for American Racing Wheels, you know, by American. Big Willie and the Street Racers of Los Angeles, and Tomiko's in there. You know, she's here right here with all the, I mean, look at this. This is the inception of when the Street Racers were born, you know, and it was a movement, you know, a movement of people of all walks of life and people. Tomiko raced, you know, she had a Daytona, Queen Daytona. They toured all over the United States, you know, carrying the message about opening up more raceways and stuff like that, you know. Here they are right here. They both shared the same passion, you know, keeping the kids off the streets and getting safe havens for people to come and race.
My name's Kenny Russell. Start racing with Big Willie in 1976.
My name is Harlan, street name Super Jew Brown. I've been involved with street racing. I started in the San Fernando Valley in the 70s with our clique out here, and our group was called Race. And then I hooked up with Big Willie in the mid-70s.
The LAPD approached him and said that the crime rates was high, the gangs and all that stuff was out of control. So they came to him because they went to one of his street races and they seen how all the gangs and all of it was under control. There wasn't no problem, everybody getting along with each other, and it was just all good. So they approached him to start the street races. As a matter of fact, they approached him and said, we start an organization, let's get these kids off the street, let's get it under control.
When Willie got going with the tracks, he would call me up and say, okay, I need you at the harbor meeting, or we need you here and there, and then I'd show up and help him any way I could. And then when the track got opened, God, 80s I think it was, you know, I was working down there, and every time the track would open, Willie would call me up, come on down, you know. So the last 2 times they were open, I was basically in charge when Big Willie and Tomiko were there, but it was Big Willie, Tomiko, and then basically me.
First day I raced at Terminal Islands, it was a pretty unique experience. I was out there, I was having problems with my bike. I went into a little bit of high-speed wobble. It was a little shake. So I came back, did some adjustments and stuff, went through again, got a little better. So then I let my brother ride it. I said, man, I'm getting a little shake, so I need you to take it through for me. So he took it through, he said, nah, it's all good, it's all good. So then when I make my 3rd pass, I went through at a high-speed wobble and I fell at 102 miles an hour. At a 12:35, I think it was. I wasn't worried about me hurt. I was asking, did I win? Did I win? I just wanted to know that I win. The incident that I had at the track when I fell, right? So Willie comes down, he's down at the end of the track, right? So he comes down to the end of the track. And he asked me, he said, you all right? You all right? You all right? And I say, Willie, I say, did I win? Did I win? He said, who asked that question? Is you all right? I said, did I win? Did I win? He's like, yeah, you won.
I was the one, if you look at the old pictures in the 90s, I was the one with the pink hat. And the reason for the pink hat was not what people think. Okay, at the time, we didn't have two-way radios. Okay? So if there was a problem and Termite and Tomas were in the tower, they're looking, and I said, So I put on the pink hat. Oh, there he is. Okay, the problem's to your left of you, 200 feet away. So, you know, they got an announcer with a PA system, and I could take care of it. You know, and that was until we got our walkie-talkies. Then it was, I still wore the pink hat for the simple reason they knew it was me. You know, if there was a problem or if they would see cars racing down the track, and in between they see someone walk across the track with a pink hat, they knew it was me picking up garbage off the track, so they knew not to shut everything down. So yeah, it was fun times.
Our purpose, we give back to the community. We take the kids off the street from drag racing up and down the street. We bring them out to the track into a safer environment. We are peacemakers. We're not 1%ers because we have 3 pieces. So what we do, we go around and we keep the peace. It doesn't matter, white, black, brown, green, it don't make no difference. So we are brotherhood of all races. Like Big Willie say, the Rainbow Coalitions. That's what we do. It doesn't matter if you white, black, Asian, it doesn't matter. Mexican, it doesn't matter. We all together, we all serve one purpose. It's to keep the peace and to get the kids off the street from racing and accidents and all that. We take it to the track.
My name is Donald Galaz, 44 years old. I'm from the National and International Brotherhood of Street Racers. I've been a member of the club for over 10 years. This is my garage here where I do most of the work on my cars here, and then some stuff for club brothers, family and friends that own cars. I do a lot of stuff for them also. Being raised in the car culture, I picked up a thing or two from my dad, my uncles. This is where I turn most of my wrenches and do most of my stuff here. The shop here is a bunch of different stuff from a bunch of different places that I just, either someone's given me or I picked up. You know, I got a lot of tires and rims and stuff up here. I use stuff for mock-ups, like if we're doing a differential or whatever. We need a big set of tires, we use those. But I have a bunch of signs and stuff from different music and, you know, old Chevy posters that my dad gave me. I got a couple of the reproduction Lions drag strip signs. Lions drag strip was another raceway that was open to get illegal street racers off the streets, and that was in the 60s. And it worked. It worked so good that they closed it down. And so the street racers went back to the street again. The port was telling us that the property was too important to them and that they didn't want us to occupy it because they had it slated for container use and chassis use. But we had a friend of ours drop us a quick schematic here of the property in which we would only occupy about 10% of it, you know? So we don't need that much for the program. The port can have all this property here, you know? But as you can see here, we got a drag strip laid out. We got spectators and 60 by, I think it was, this one's gonna be 3,000 feet long. There's an access tunnel to get in. I mean, this one, you could see on this one here more of the layout, you know, so this is a train circle here where containers run in and out of the port, and none of this would be disrupted because there's a tunnel access and entrances into the place. Here's actually the tunnel entrance here. We can put a bridge here so spectators can cross. We can use this for parking or whatever. And I have that taped up there because it's like, you know how they say, oh, keep your eye on the prize. So I see it every day when I come in here. It's something that would help the community. And this was most recent, but I keep a lot of these clippings, man. You know, this was 2015. 2 killed, 2 hurt in crash on PCH, you know. The final conclusion to the investigation by the LAPD is that it was an impromptu illegal street race. So in other words, they ran into each other at the light, and then once it turned green, and they took off, and these 2 kids were killed. And I mean, I really thought in my heart and also a lot of people in the community that thought that this would be the breaking point for the local politicians, the local councilman Buscaino, the mayor Garcetti, and even the Harbor Division captain at the time, that this would be the breaking point for them to say, okay, kids are dying in our area now. Let's do this. Let's act upon this. Let's open up this facility for a temporary site for them. They still didn't act on it. They still didn't act, you know, and I was just like, it was disheartening again, because the kids are freaking dying. These kids are dying out here, you know, and they still didn't do nothing about it. So it's kind of it's heartbreaking, like I said, that we have to lose kids like that.